First of all, name of Allah. Hi. In this CSS tutorial, we will learn about use of different size keywords. In body text, we will use open heading level 1 and close the heading level 1 tag. Heading, use keywords. Underneath heading level 1, we will use development, open development and close the development. Copy, and the size parameter defines the size of gradient. It can take 4 values: closest side, farthest side, closest corner and the farthest corner. So we will use the first CSS apply on this div. In head section, head tags, we will use internal CSS open style tag and close the style tag. In between style tags, we will use ID selector use and use G1 gradient bond, in short form G1, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces, we will use CSS property and value. First we use background color, column blue, semicolon. After that we will use background image, column, and we will use radial gradient, and use selector. So first we will use closest side, closest hyphen side at 60% and 40%, and use color after that, comma white, comma orange, comma blue, semicolon. After that we will use height, column 300 px, semicolon, and this ID selector and G1 selector use in div, white space. ID selector use pattern change its value for first side at 60% and 40%. Now we will apply this G2 and ID selector use in second div. ID attribute use equal double quotes, in between double quotes we will use selector G2. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and refresh the page. We can control its width, column 300, semicolon, and press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser, reload the page. As you can see, we can control its width and height. Paste underneath, control V use for paste, and change its selector in G3 and remove its width, closest, and hyphen corner. Now we will use this G3 and ID selector use in third div. ID attribute use equal double quotes, in between double quotes we will use selector G3. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. As you can see, we use the closest corner and change BR type. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser, reload the page. Closest corner at 60% and 40%. Now we will use farthest corner scroll up and use the copy and paste underneath. Control V for paste and change its selector in 4. Now we will use farthest and use corner icon, corner, and ID selector use in D4. Scroll down, white space, ID attribute use equal double quotes and use G4 selector. Press the build button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. As you can see, we use the farthest corner at 60%, 40%. As you can see, color, and use the BR type or line break. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser, reload the page. Repeating a radial gradient. The repeating radial gradient function is used to repeat radial gradients. Open Notepad++ and we will use copy and comment /u asterisk and use repeating. This comment will not appear on the web page. Underneath comment we will paste Ctrl V and we will use repeating gradients. So we will change repeating icon use and remove this value from the function, and we will use the orange will appear 5% and blue will appear 10%, and change the selector 5 and ID selector and G5 selector use in 5. So we will use comment and repeating radial gradient. Underneath we will use development, open development and close the development. And we will use white space, ID tag will use equal double quotes and use G5 selector. This comment will not appear on the web page. We use the G5 selector and ID selector in 5 div. Press the build button to save the file. Go back to the browser and refresh the page.